Okay, now it's time to watch. Why do we fear the Uncanny Valley? Let me make sure there's no scary... I hate this scary face. I hate that one. What the fuck is this? They got a Modi guy in this video. Minecraft? Dude, what's going on in this video? Minecraft... Fucking... Parrots... Backrooms... Okay. Whoever made this is actually on crack. Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna explain. Why we're afraid of the Uncanny Valley. I've heard that it's because like the early hominid theory. Yeah, I've heard it's because of like early relatives of humans like Neanderthals and you know our early ops. We fought against them and so we were like programmed to see them and be like, that guy's evil. You know? That guy's evil. That guy's the evil guy. Also, I want to blow my air mattress so bad. So bad. My sleep schedule's gonna get so fucked this subathon, I believe. If I ever take a nap on stream, and then I wake up, it's gonna be... I'm gonna be like up... I'm gonna be staying up until like it's the morning for you.
Take a look at this image. How does it make you feel? Spooked? Frightened? Bewildered, maybe? This is the uncanny... Okay, you all probably know what the Uncanny Valley is. But if you don't, it's a psychological theory that explains the discomfort people feel towards something that looks almost human, but not quite. As shown in this graph, as something becomes more human-like in appearance, people respond more positively to it, until a certain point where we find it disturbing. This dip or valley in affinity is called
Bunraku puppet. Let me look that up. Bunraku puppet. Oh. This doesn't look disturbing to me. I guess that's why it's on the rising side. Prosthetic hand. People don't fuck with prosthetic hands.
The Uncanny Valley. Take for example dolls. At the midpoint of the graph we might have something like this. You can tell that it's not human, it's cartoony, and doesn't have super realistic
I don't know,
features.
man. When I see these kind of dolls, these kind of scare me because this reminds me more of like the traditional Raggedy Ann Annabelle doll. Like this is giving there's a ghost inside of it because of that, but that's just because of the Raggedy Ann dolls.
But then we have something like this. Now me personally,
yeah, no, that's my
I
friend.
find this a little creepy.
I like these ones. I prefer these ones to these ones. Like this is scary to me. This is not scary to me.
Now me personally, I find this a little creepy. I don't know what it is, but there's something in those eyes, man. I don't like it. Now it does vary depending on the person. Obviously these toys sell, so not everyone finds these creepy. But there is a reason dolls are a big part of the horror genre. In this video, I'm not going to be focusing on what the Uncanny Valley is, as I
don't understand why he keeps showing this.
Not this one. The Uncanny.
This doesn't look Uncanny Valley to me at all. This just looks like a video game character. Like this literally just looks like a character from a game. It's just a person. This is just a person.
Valley is, as I kind of just did that, and plenty of others have already
Stop
covered
showing
it.
them, please.
Instead, I'll be exploring the different theories that try to explain why we fear the Uncanny Valley. What in our evolutionary past or psychology gives us this fear of things that look almost human?
Dude,
will we uncover the answer?
This is just gonna make me laugh.
You'll have to stick around to find out as we dive into the mystery of the Uncanny Valley.
Where's the intruder?
Oh, hell no. I hate the intruder photo. I hate the intruder photo.
Fair warning, this video will contain imagery that people may find disturbing, so leave now.
This is the purple guy.
If you don't like that. You know what?
It's his
Actually, let me
mascot.
get this out of the way. Boo! Okay. That's the scariest one. Not that bad, right? Anyway, now onto the theories.
Boo!
The theory of mate selection suggests that uncanny features make us feel uneasy because our brains are wired to avoid potential mates who show signs of low fertility, poor health, or weak immune systems. I can see how this could make sense. People have a natural reaction to others they would or wouldn't like to bedoingle with. More attractive people are received more positively in our minds, and less attractive people, not so much. I mean, look at modeling, movies, TV, even politics. A lot of it is cultural, sure, but our brains are wired to favor more attractive people. Though I don't really agree with this theory. For one, we can find people of a group we aren't attracted to unattractive or frightening.
I heart anime.
Like, we can see straight dudes bullying other straight dudes for being unattractive. Or I guess in the case of the Uncanny Valley, a straight girl can find Momo scary. And for another...
No, Momo's my friend. Momo's not
You
scary
really
to
think
me.
people are scared of these things because they don't want to do the devil's tango with them? Speaking of the devil...
I'm jamming. Uncanny Valley
Many
brain
creatures
rot.
from folklore and religious texts fall into the Uncanny
Oh, I
Valley.
hate cryptids.
Creatures like the Nephilim and the Devil from the Christian Bible, the Golem in Jewish folklore, or the Wendigo from Algonquin cultures. All of these are human-like creatures with something unsettlingly off. The Nephilim and Golems, for instance, are giants, larger-than-life versions of human beings. The Devil has the form of a man but with animalistic features, and the Wendigo, as described by Basil H. Johnston, has skeletal, emaciated features as if it were a hollow shell of a person.
Ew.
A common theme in these creatures is the idea of soullessness or a broken soul. The idea that they are human-like beings
This
that
fucking
distinctly
video.
lack the sort of thing that would make them
I
truly
love this
human-like
video of him slamming the glass. It's so
idea
funny.
of soullessness or a broken soul. The idea that they are human-like beings but distinctly lack the sort of thing that would make them truly alive or human. Kind of like how I feel when someone says Mosasaurus or Pterodactyl's a dinosaur, which they are not.
Yippee.
But soullessness is also something we associate with robots or dolls. Human-like, but completely artificial entities. This theory, I like to call the religious theory, suggests that our fear of the uncanny comes from a deep-rooted fear of the soulless.
What was that doll's
Demons,
name again?
fallen
This
angels,
AI
golems,
one.
Beings that
She has a
resemble
name,
us
doesn't
but
she?
lack
Is it
what
Sophia?
truly makes us human. Personally, though, just like the last theory, I'm not totally convinced. It's not that I dismiss the theory because it's religious. Rather, I find it hard to believe
Joe
that we fear
Biden
something
is in
simply because
Roblox
it
fighting.
lacks a soul. After all, there's a lot more concrete evidence backing up other theories. Still, it's an interesting perspective to consider
the
as
fuck
we
is this
explore other
game?
theories that may be a little more
It's not even
convincing.
Roblox. Hey, Roblox. Or not Roblox. Minecraft.
The
Bro.
predator theory suggests that there used to be human-like creatures that preyed on humans in the past. Similar to the religious theory, a lot of people associate things like giants, demons, mythological creatures, and cryptids. This is different from the mimic theory, though, which I'll get into later, as that these are just creatures that look like humans and are not intentionally
Dead, I
trying
see.
to mimic humans. The only evidence people really have
I
to
never
back
played
up this
Left 4
theory,
Dead.
though, is saying
I know
something
about
like,
it, though.
Oh, well, so many cultures across the world have stories about humanoid creatures. They gotta be real, right?
I hate that opinion.
We have stories about humanoid creatures today. A bunch of them. Take the rake, for example. There are people who believe this creature exists despite obvious proof of it originating on the internet. On 4chan. Or Slenderman. 2 girls stabbed their friend over this guy. If you believe this theory,
Slenderman,
two girls
this is awesome.
It
He probably
originating
did that.
on the internet, on 4chan.
I don't even think that's like
or
a person in a
Slenderman.
suit.
Two
I think
girls
that's
stabbed
actually
their friend
Slenderman.
over this guy. If you believe this theory, I don't blame you. It spread a lot across TikTok and Instagram, which, if you've seen my other videos, you should know is kind of a theme. Now, I will say, there is actual evidence of humanoid creatures existing with our
The
ancestors.
Slenderman stabbing is crazy.
They're called Neanderthals and other hominids. Now, this is another theory people throw around, the other hominid theory, as I like to call it. The theory that we developed a fear of ancient hominid species because they look like us, but just a little off, and we competed with them. It's not a bad theory. I mean, some of these guys do look a little freaky. Me personally, I don't find them that scary. But one of the main problems I have with this is, if we were so freaked out by these guys, why the hell do I have Neanderthal DNA? I mean, my ancestors bred with these guys. Plus, some of these things that are part of the Uncanny Valley do not look like some of these hominids.
Dude, none of these, literally none of these things he's showing are Uncanny Valley. They just look like shit posts.
Plus, some.
Like, guys, does this image scare you? Type 1 if it scares you. Let's go through all of them. Is this image scary to you? Type 1 if yes. Type 2 if no.
Some of these things that are.
What about this one? This is literally just like Thomas the Train. Like, this is just a shit post. This scares you. Oh, a lot of you guys are scared. Oh.
Part of the Uncanny Valley.
Okay, what about this one? This one is literally just a shit post. Like, this is like 3. Like, this is... It's like the moon emoji with a smile over it instead.
Do not look like some of these.
Same with this one. This one is not scary. Why would I be scared of this? I don't understand.
Hominids.
The girl on the right.
The disease theory suggests that our fear of human-like objects and creatures might come from a prehistoric instinct to avoid corpses and sick people. And it makes sense when you think about it. Robots and dolls that look almost human often have stiff, unnatural movements and lifeless expressions, kind of like someone who's sick or dead. The theory is that our brains still pick up on these signals as a warning, just like it did for our ancestors, even though now we're dealing with robots, dolls, weird CGI, and sick people. I think this theory does make sense for a lot of cases. Take this for example, a prop of a severed head used for the show Dexter. Yes, it's fake, it's not real. Please, don't block my video again. It gives off some uncanny vibes, and it is supposed to be a recreation of a dead person, so it fits this theory. Honestly, a lot of Uncanny Valley images apply to this theory. For some examples, Momo, with the shrink-wrapped, skull-like face and bulging eyes. This drawing by Sinister Scribbles, again, a shrink-wrapped, skull-like face.
What does shrink-wrapped mean?
That old YouTube video called My Dead Great-Grandma's Coffin in My Own Backyard, where that dude kisses a literal corpse. I'm not going to get more into that. If you know, you know. And even the police sketch of the Baton Rouge serial killer almost looks like a pale, dead body. It's even got the dark lips and exaggerated eye sockets. So,
this is a police sketch?
Mystery solved, right?
I hate that.
Well, I'm not entirely convinced. I know I said this for every other theory.
Though I don't really agree with this theory. Personally, though, I'm not totally convinced.
Vacuum
I hate that
sealed.
opinion. Why the hell do I have Neanderthal DNA?
But I do definitely think this is the strongest theory so far. But there are a few examples that I can't quite fit into this theory. Specifically, CGI and deepfakes. Take a look at this image. Or this one.
I'm looking. Okay,
Some
I'm looking.
may say they're just a little weird, nothing too bad. Others may say they're scary. Personally, I don't mind them too much. I used to watch the Polar Express every Christmas as a kid, so maybe I'm just used to it. But I think we can all agree there's something off about them. But it's not because they look diseased or dead like the last theory.
They just look like shit posts to me. Maybe I'm too zoomer. They all just look like some YouTube shit posts. I really don't like the intruder photo. This one. I don't fuck with that guy. I don't fuck with him at all. That's probably the scariest one for me. Oh, the mimic theory. Oh, hell no. I hate them. No, I hate mimics. No, I hate that. No, man. Ah, why are we in the woods? Oh, he edited a face in the fucking... He's just editing faces.
Homo mimes phallusis, or more simply known as the doppelganger. A fictional creature concept created by user Ohio Pingu69, what a name, on r/speculative evolution. The doppelganger is a mammalian creature that evolved a
Ohio
particular
Pingu.
fancy for human flesh, and relies on it solely as its food source. Evolving in Africa alongside humans, the doppelganger gained adaptations to help it hunt humans in the dark.
Bye,
A lanky body with long limbs that
Vicky,
both
I'm
help
sorry,
to
this is
climb
too scary.
and
I'm
reach
sorry.
speeds up to 50 kilometers per hour. Cushioned feet that absorb sound, and of course, a face that mimics that of a human. But would you be fooled by this? Probably not, right? I mean, it's got no eyebrows, it's completely pale, the eyes are a little far apart, it overall
He's doing
doesn't
his
look
best,
too
man.
much like a human. But that's the point.
He's
This
doing his
creature
best.
uses the confusion that the Uncanny Valley generates to bewilder its prey before attacking. Now, of course, this thing isn't real, but it's a good introduction to this theory as it distinguishes itself from the predator theory. This creature evolved adaptations to look like humans because it hunted humans. Things like Neanderthals and other hominids look like humans because we have a common ancestor. Or if we go the religious route, things like giants and folk creatures, for the most part, don't look like humans to trick them, they just look like humans because that's how they were created. That is what distinguishes the predator theory from the mimic theory. Now, the first idea in this theory is that in our very distant past, as in when we were little rodent things or even earlier, there was something that adapted to look similar to us in order to trick us into trusting it and prey on us.
And
Similar to the doppelganger mentioned before, but way further in the past.
damn,
And
his
we've
arch is
just
crazy.
retained that
Did you guys see
theory
that?
before.
God damn. Get me this rat creature. Get me this fucking animal.
But way
Get me that
further in the
organism.
past, and we've just retained that fear. The second idea is that something in our recent past has given us this fear, aka something that is purposely, with thought, imitating humans. Obviously, the main idea of this theory is something supernatural, like a shape-shifting
Emma,
cryptid,
hello.
or alien, or
Husky,
something like that.
thank you for the
But
follows.
it could
Hi, guys.
also have relation to the other hominid and disease theory. It could be that these other hominids, or maybe even other humans, wore the skin of humans in order to intimidate us
Ew.
or other tribes, and it has been ingrained in us to fear this imitation. There isn't much
Ew.
evidence backing up this theory. There's no evidence of non-hominid creatures mimicking humans, nor is there any evidence of the supernatural doing this. I mean, there's videos online, but most of that shit's fake, so not much of evidence. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you probably know that I like to debunk stuff. The Philadelphia experiment, Deloitte ape, and the theories of the body girl are all things I've tried to go through and find the
body
truth for.
girl.
With this,
Huh?
you'd think I'd do the same. I mean, it sounds kind of absurd when you look into it. Humans wearing other human skin, a supernatural shape-shifting creature, I mean, come on. But one night, I was really thinking to myself why I fear the Uncanny Valley. I was looking at this image specifically when I really tried to think about it, and I realized this doesn't make me uncomfortable because it looks like a dead person or soulless, or because I don't want to badoingle it, but because it looks like it's trying to mimic a human. And that is what makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think
And
the
yet,
mimic theory is the
I'm
most
still not convinced.
uncomfortable part.
I know, I'm sorry. So you know what? Enough of my opinions. Let's look at what the science has to say about it.
Hi, Cass. Hi. Yeah, we're watching Uncanny Valley, so be
Okay, so
cautious.
I recorded and edited that last part before even writing this part. Little did I know I would not find much of anything that I haven't already said. I did find that the science for the Uncanny Valley is quite debated. In fact, the very existence of the Uncanny Valley, separate from other fears, is pretty debated. The most accepted theories by scientists seem to be the disease theory, and to my surprise, the mate selection theory. There are a lot of other
Really?
theories out there. If you want to do more research, I've got some links in the description. But according to most sources
The
I
mate
found, it's
selection
most
theory.
likely the disease theory. But there really is no solid consensus on why we have this fear, which is why I made a video on it.
If scientists don't believe in the Uncanny Valley, hear me out. What if scientists are the ones putting the Uncanny Valley fear in us via the water and the chemtrails in the sky? Have you guys ever seen an airplane fly overhead? And there's things following there, and it looks like a cloud? I think maybe the scientists and the government have something to do with that. I think. I really do.